So, Damsel is a new Netflix movie starring Millie Bobby Brown, as well as a big ensemble of people who you might know, like Angela Bassett, who almost got Best Supporting Actress in Black Panther a couple of years ago, or a year ago, actually. I feel like this would have been a really great movie to see in theaters because it's essentially like that movie Ready or Not, if you've seen that horror movie, but in a fantasy world, not horror, and with a dragon. You know, it's pretty much that movie, and then Millie Bobby Brown is starring. Rather than, I think Samara Weaving was starring in Ready or Not. Fact check me on that. But yeah, I mean, this movie, it's a movie, you know? It has a fantasy world, which I was really excited for, but was honestly kind of boring. It just wasn't really that exciting at all. And it felt really small, you know? I feel like it was a world that could have felt big and grandiose, but I don't know, I just wasn't really that impressed, and the majority of it takes place in this mountain, and honestly, the mountain was a lot more fantastical than the actual world itself, and I appreciated the mountain, but just I felt like everything around it was just boring and just kind of grass, you know? And there were just so many moments in this movie where I was almost questioning it. You know, like you see people die from certain things, but then other people not die from those same certain things. This girl is falling hundreds of feet in making it somehow, multiple times. And then you have all these bits where it's like, she could fall, oh no, but it's just like, didn't she fall from a height higher than that? Or like as high as that and make it? Like, why should I be worried right now? You know, it just like, there were a lot of stakes in this film that just didn't feel like stakes because we saw those stakes overcome in other circumstances. And it was really just, it was kind of an issue I had where I didn't really feel the stakes of it. And within the first half an hour, once we actually got to the Dragon Cave, you kind of knew where this movie was gonna go, and it went exactly where you expected it to go. It's not really surprising at all, and that's okay. Millie Bobby Brown, she was okay, but I feel like she wasn't really given much to do with the script of this film. A lot of it is just screaming in pain and agony, really. And that's okay, I guess. And a lot of the other performances were pretty empty and just kind of soulless. This just felt like a fantasy movie that was playing it way too vanilla and way too safe and just not doing enough to warrant the fact that I think it has like a $70 to $80 million budget. Like, that's crazy, but it's probably gonna do great on Netflix. So, you know, oh well. And maybe I'm kind of the Grinch here, being like, boo-hoo to this film. But yeah, I mean, 2.5 stars. I think that's a fair rating. I was actually really excited for this film, and I just thought it looked fun, and I thought the premise of Millie Bobby Brown versus Dragon could be kind of fun. And, you know, it was okay, really. Like, that's kind of it. It was okay. And I gave it a little bit more crap and not as much good in the review. Like, it had its moments that were kind of redeeming and decent, but overall it's just like, eh. And you're gonna forget about it within a couple of days of watching it. And, you know, that's kind of how Netflix movies are. So there you go. But what about all of you? What did you think of Damsel? Please let me know in the comments down below. And while you're down there, feel free to like, subscribe, do whatever you gotta do. I'll see you all in the next video. Take care.